That's where you start at 6. Concern tonight over that legislation that reduces the hours it takes for reserve deputies and police officers to move up in rank. I'm Clay Loney.
And I'm Shay Rossi. House Bill 1263 goes into effect next month. Fox 23 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln joins us live with why some feel the move is necessary and others are upset by this. Ashley.
Well, Clay and Shay, this bill drastically reduces the amount of time it'll take for a reserve deputy or an officer to become full-time, which could help with the officer and deputy shortage. But it has a lot concerned about whether or not these officers or deputies will be qualified for these positions. House Bill 1263 says reserve deputies and police officers will now only be required to serve just 6 months on the job before becoming a full-time officer or deputy. Before this revision, reserve patrolmen were required to serve a minimum of 2 years before being considered.
Are people going to be properly trained?
Mark Lewis with the government watchdog agency We the People Oklahoma tells me he's concerned this could lead to inexperienced law enforcement.
It's just rushing, and we know that training is an issue dealing with our police officers.
The added benefit, Lewis says, this bill will help smaller departments with staffing.
They can't get police officers, especially in a lot of these smaller towns like Verdigris, Chelsea, and all those places. And I think their requirements are less, but as far as Tulsa County is concerned, I think they're going to look at this model and say, I would hope they look at this model and say, we're still going to get qualified people.
Reserve deputies are very important to the operations of the sheriff's office.
Deputy Justin Green with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office says they are doing just that. After their reserve deputy program was placed on suspension in 2015, when then reserve deputy Bob Bates mistakenly shot Eric Harris, Green says they've recently began hiring new reserve deputies.
This is the first time we've hired new deputies in a while.
He says when a reservist wants to become a full-time deputy, the Sheriff's Office has established their own 10-week training program to ensure that deputy is qualified. And the bill will go into effect November 1st. However, the bill also states jurisdictions don't have to begin rolling out this new phase until January 1st of next year. Reporting live from downtown, covering news that matters, I'm Ashley Lincoln, Fox 23 News.
All right, Ashley, and more details now on the role of a reserve deputy or officer. They're sometimes involved in patrols as long as they're with a full-time deputy or officer. They work at the courthouse and participate in community policing. The bill was authored by Representative Matt Meredith and Senator Dwayne Pemberton. Governor Fallin signed it in May.